What skills are becoming more important to you as your career advances?
I think the thing that's going to be really important is related to the question you asked me about what daunts me is that can I understand the complexity of something and then put together something that addresses that complexity. So as I'm moving from individually being an individual actor that works personally in situations to being a creator of systems that intervene, it's that whole systemic thinking that's going to be, I think, a big skill that's going to be important to grow into.
And what resources are you identifying to help you build those skills?
I think it goes back to good collaborators. It goes back to people who've done something that is similar and watching and studying from those folks. I think those are the two big pieces. The power of two is one big thing that I think we've talked about this whole thing. I always had powers of two in my life, but I didn't have the recognition of the importance to go seek it out. And it happened to me twice, and by the second time I really learned. So the first time, and they both are around plays. The first time was in high school, where my teacher Miltini Yee gave us an assignment. She was teaching us Shakespeare, and she would say, do something creative with a play or a sonnet or something. So of course I was overstretched, last minute, Monday morning, whatever it is. It's the first class of the day, and I'm going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do for my creative project? And then I said, oh, that's it. I'm going to do a one-man King Lear, because we just had King Lear, and I thought I could just do this. So I'm furiously going, act one, and I'm going to play all the characters and do all the roles. And my buddy John Barden, tall redhead guy, kind of walks up to me. He's like, hey, Bijoy. I'm like, yeah, John, kind of trying to let him know that I'm really busy. Like, don't bug me. He's like, what are you doing for your creative project? I'm like, I'm doing a one-man King Lear. So he looks at me and goes, want to make it a two-man? So John hadn't done his creative. So I looked up and I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, I do. So we then put this thing together, and of course it was crazy fun. And years later, when I was working on Mystic Cab, the play, the short film, I was thinking about it as a play. I was doing the same thing to myself. I was trying to work on this one person play, and Kurt, my buddy, calls me up and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm working on this play, and I've got this deadline." It wasn't the next day; it was 5 days later for Frontera Fest in Austin. And Kurt says, "Dude, I'm going to do it with you." And I remember there were two things that I had. Well, one was like, "Oh my God, yes, again," and the second was, why didn't I reach out to him? Because he was already there. I knew he loved theater, and he's a theater guy, and we'd been having so many conversations about the topic of the play. It was the most obvious thing in the world, right? So for me, it's and I've always had these great collaborators. So there's always been there, but it's this proactive seeking out of those partners. The partner will show up one way or the other,
right?
But why not proactively go seek them out and say, this is the help I'm looking for in this area. Do you know someone, and can you help? That kind of thing.